Hello, hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I thought I'd do a quick video on how we deer-proofed our garden. We have had quite a big problem recently, which has been deers eating my courgettes. I know, of all the things that you get told to watch out for when you're gardening, you think it's gonna be like slugs and snails and foxes, I don't know, but like deer? Who knew? Anyway, we've had a bit of an issue with it, and I think we've solved the problem, so I thought I'd do a quick video to share what we did. So let's go outside and have a look. Okay, so I'm in the garden. There's John down there doing a little bit of weeding. Don't know if you can see him. But anyway, you can see that our garden is pretty secure. We've got a gate, we've got a wall around it. Let me show you here. Got a wall, it's fairly high, not too high, but you know, it's a pretty secure garden. However, we were still having deer come in. So one of the first things that we did, very obvious, gonna be honest, should have done this originally, but we had this gate and we used to often leave it open when we were out and open in the daytime. We now keep it shut all the time. So if I'm going out, I'll have to open it up, get in my car, drive through it, get out my car, lock it up again. It's a little bit annoying, especially with a baby, but what can you do? And then we also had a tiny hole in the fence here. It was literally about 20 or 30 centimeters. It was fairly high up, but what happened was I caught the deer in action, and then on his exit I saw where he was getting out. So we paid a man to basically make this bit of fence so it's like nice and secure. I think we should also eventually do a little bit of patching up here because we have a tiny hole here, not big enough for a deer, but you just never know when they're gonna try and, you know, smash it in. Anyway, so that's the first thing we did, secure the garden. Also, make sure before you secure it that there are no deers. You'd be surprised how small some of these montjacks can be, and they will hide in the undergrowth. So just make sure that before you secure the garden, there are no deers inside. I know that sounds silly, but if you've got a really big garden, there could be a deer in it before you secure it. Anyway, so that's the first thing that we did. And then let me show you what else. I'm quickly going to show you one of my plants. So this was a plant that a deer actually did nibble on, and you can just see that it's taken a bit of a battering. Doesn't look that healthy. It's taken quite a while for it to recover. It has now recovered, and we've got 2 courgettes on. But I will say that not only did the deer steal the courgettes, but it kind of beat up the plant as well. So, you know, it's a double whammy. Anyway, next thing, we've got a little picket fence. It's not that high, it's not high enough to keep a deer out, but I think it's a bit of a deterrent. And I make sure that I do lock this gate at night as well, and try to lock it in the daytime too. For a little while, I did keep my courgettes in this little greenhouse, which actually worked. The only problem is I had too many courgettes and not enough of a greenhouse. But if you do have a greenhouse, I would suggest trying to lock things like a courgette away, because deer love courgettes, and if it's locked away, they can't get at it. Okay, next thing that we've done is I have tried to hide things. So I tried to hide things at the back. So I've got 3 courgette plants here, and I just wanted to kind of make them not so obvious, but you can see that this one got attacked quite badly, like the leaves got attacked, and it's still really recovering. This one got attacked. I think that one got attacked too. It's been quite hard work. It really got in and really did some damage. Anyway, next thing, I've got this raised bed. I've got a couple of courgette plants in here. I've completely netted it. So this one's doing quite well. I've got some courgettes coming here. And yeah, I'm feeling hopeful about this one. And also the netting is quite strong. I'm sure if it really wanted to, it could rip into it, but it would have to get into the garden, through the picket fence, find the courgettes, and then get through the netting. So it's a bit of a deterrent. And then finally, I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. This is a cage. I think the man I bought it off actually said that he used to store his strawberries in here. But it is handmade, handmade as if it's like an artisan thing. But it's handmade, homemade, whatever you want to call it. Literally just some wood, making a frame. It's got a couple of hinges, so it lifts up. And basically it's big enough to put 2 grow bags in. I have lost one of my courgette plants. It just didn't survive after the deer, to be honest, and then this one is looking pretty dead, so I might take them out and replant, but whatever. But these ones are doing quite well in here, so it's not all lost. But I would recommend, if you are a bit handy with, you know, a bit of wood and saw, a bit of chicken wire, some hinges, I don't know, nail it all together. And actually, I have to be honest, I quite like the way it looks. Ta-da! But I think in short, my advice for deer prevention, actually let me go into the house and we'll carry on chatting there. Hi, here I am back again. Yeah, so I think in short, to be honest, people have suggested things like urinating, ew. They've suggested electric fences, no thank you, not with a toddler. But I personally think the best way to protect your crops from deer is, if you can, lock them away in a greenhouse. If you can, like, try and hide them at the back of the garden. Cover as much as you can with netting. If you do feel handy and you want to make yourself a little box with chicken wire, that's been really helpful. And then finally, a little bit extra, but what I did do was the courgettes, which were in smaller pots that I could actually carry. I would personally go out in the morning, get them out the outbuilding, put them out in the sunshine for the day so it could like be watered, have some sun, do some growing, and then at dusk I would put it away. But to be honest, I do think the best thing that you can do is kind of like just protect them with like netting, chicken wire, that kind of thing. There are some kind of like metal cloches that you can get as well. But I think, to be honest, I think the best thing that you can do is just like physically guard them. So yeah, I don't know if that's any help, but do try and secure your garden. Make sure that if you have a gate, you're using it, both the front and the back. Deer are actually quite brazen. In some areas, they will literally come in through your front gate. Like, if you look out at night, you can actually see them walking around the roads, which is kind of bonkers. So yeah, think of them like a fox. Think of them as something that you, oh, hello Gordon. That was Gordon just coming to see what I'm up to. But yeah, try to kind of like physically put your crops away. And yeah, anything that you can get, like metal cloches, putting them away at night, putting them in a greenhouse, that kind of thing, should keep them away. We personally have a lot of montjacks here, but if you have big full-sized deers, they can jump up to 6-foot fences, which is bonkers. Anyway, I hope that's a little bit of help. There are also like plug-in sonar-y things that you can get, a bit like for mice, you know, where it releases this high-pitched noise to kind of deter them from coming to your area. But personally, I've just kind of like protected with a lot of netting, chicken wire, and also new fencing. But I hope that's of help. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.